And here we are. Yeah, once again, it's been over a month since I've made a video for you. But it's pretty much what I've been saying before is that the reason why I've not been making videos for you is that I have been extremely busy. I went back to my summer job. It did come back, so I've had to do my work for them. I have to I'm actually doing some stuff on Twitch for another channel, so I've been busy with them as well. And so I just have not had enough time, and that's also why I've not been doing any of my online shows as far as playing music for you. I just had no time at all. But got a little break in between, so now we can talk about conventions. Now, Now it's been a whole while since we have been anywhere in person. Well, I can say to you that after over 16 months of not being able to play in front of a live audience, I am finally going to go to my first in-person convention, and this will be in Orlando, Florida. We're going to Megaplex, and I have been scheduled to be the DJ for them on Thursday night at 11 p.m. So I'll be one of the openers for the convention. So, and they're not the only ones too. In fact, we're going to go into what has been going on as far as events. Past events that's been going on. Back in June, FurA was canceled. Furlandia canceled. Anthro Ohio canceled. Wolf canceled. FWA. FWA went virtual. Confuzzled went virtual. Of the ones that are coming up down the road, we already had Furnection postponed to December. Anthrocon, they had something online. Cesper, they're canceled. Argentina Fur Fiesta is going to have a virtual event on November. Your Friends canceled. Camp Tiny Paws is virtual only, and this will be their last ever event. Fur Reality canceled for this year, and FA United is no more. They're not coming back. So like I said, Megaplex is going to have an in-person convention. Now, there's a whole lot of information as far as how they're going to handle this. Well, I actually have some information as far as what they're doing, because there is a mask policy, and you can read here. As we previously mentioned, masks have been shown to be the first line of defense during this pandemic. With people from all over the nation, we continue to feel that's the right choice to continue to require masks to be worn inside convention space at all times, in all areas such as panel rooms, main ballroom, registration area, dealer's den, zoo, dances, and all pre-function hallways. There are some exceptions, but they will only apply to those that are fully vaccinated. And for the record, I am fully vaccinated. My vaccination card is downstairs, but I don't show them online like a lot of other people because there's sensitive information that you do not want out there on the internet. So here there are 5 exceptions. First is during load-in or load-out and setting up major event areas. And this includes the main ballroom, dealers, registration setups. Now, those areas are close to the general convention public, and the only ones in those areas are staffed with plenty of distance between them. The second exception are for the panelists or performers. Since they're distance away from the audience, that is more than 6 feet away, so not really much to worry about with them. now fursuiters has been a concern. Now, if you're a fursuiter with your head on, you do not need to wear a mask. But again, this is if you're fully vaccinated. So fursuiters with your head on, that's fine. But when you go into when you go into any areas, including the headless lounge, you got to carry your mask with you. Yeah, fursuiters should carry their mask with them at all times, so that if they need to take their head off in any areas, including headless lounge, they must immediately put the mask on. Fursuiters not wearing a mask inside should keep 6 feet away from other attendees. Masks may be removed if you're actively eating or drinking. However, you must remain stationary. So Disney rules. You may stop, sit at a table, chair, or floor, and eat or drink the food that was purchased from the hotel. It may also be removed for sponsor or staff dinners. And the fifth exception is any area outside of the convention space, like the hotel. The Caribe Royale, they have their own policy, and for the guests, this is again coming from the Caribe Royale website. Guests will be advised to wear a mask inside if they are not vaccinated. This is a recommendation. But conversely, guests who are vaccinated may go maskless indoors if they want, and guests outside are free to wear a face covering if they wish. So the mask restriction is eased up outside the convention space. So if you go inside the convention center, you got to have the mask on. And again, unless you are unless you're a fursuiter with a head on, or you're a panelist or performer, or if you're eating, drinking in one place, then you got to have the mask on. And I did get a chance to look at the no, that's the directory. Oh no, that's correct. I did get a chance to look at the scheduling. So again, starts Thursday, August 5th. Registration pickup will be 5 p.m. For sponsors and above. Everyone else is at 6. And I have to remind you all that this convention is pre-reg only. There is no at-the-door registration. It's important for you to know that. They've been pushing this on their social media. So if you haven't already, get that registration in. So we have the Megaplex welcome party, which is the actual start of the dance. That's at 9, and me right there at 11 p.m. That is when I am going to be performing for the con. I am preceded by Cosmic, and after me will be Meek. So we got usual ones. We got Zoo, Headless Lounge, Sponsor Lounge. Opening ceremonies at 10 a.m. and I would have to take it that they're going to remind everyone about the rules as far as the mass. They will have escape rooms by Fuzzy Logic this year, and I'm happy for that. I have not played an escape room in a long time. First Megaplex, let's see. All right, I got to see who the guest of honor is. I never got a chance to see who that was. Yeah, did they ever say? Yeah, I got to find out who that is, because I do not know. But I would go through the whole schedule, but I got some other cons I need to talk about, so we'll do this another day. But we need to go through some of the other ones that are going to have their conventions in person. One of them, Furidelphia. which is going to be in King of Prussia, August 12th through 15th. So that is the week after Megaplex. And I came across something on where was it? It was either them or Indie FurCon. Maybe it was it was Indie FurCon, which is another con that's going to be having their convention in person. They came up with these wristbands here, telling which is pretty much an indication of if you need a social distance or not. Green, you're okay. Yellow, caution. Red is requesting that you social distance from them. And I think it's a pretty good idea. I think for the until we ease everything back to our normal standard, I'd say that this is I think this is okay. I think we should adapt this and just so that everyone who may not have already got a vaccine is comfortable going around the convention. But that isn't to say that if you haven't got your vaccine already, please do so right now, especially with the Delta variant going on at this time. So go ahead and get that done. And another one that's also being done in person is Denver. They will be hosting from the 20th to the 22nd, and that's the week after Furidelphia. And so this is what they got. Per federal guidelines, state of Colorado, city of Denver, it was deemed that large public gatherings will be safe to host this coming August given the projected guidelines. In conjunction, Sheraton Denver downtown applied for and was approved for the Denver 5-star certification program that allows large venues to host events following COVID guidelines in place. Denver is contractually obligated on that to host their event. However, this is subject to change as guidelines change. In regards to registration, all Denver registrations for postponed events are automatically carried over to the new dates. If you don't want to attend this year, they can transfer to the following year. And if for any reason that this event does get postponed again, the registrations can either be refunded or they can be moved over to 2022. And they also have COVID restrictions in place. And I'll quickly run through all of these. Any staff and attendees will be required to be vaccinated and provide proof of vaccination. We're working with local, state, and federal requirements of what will be necessary to prove that vaccination has been completed. So for this particular convention, you have to have the vaccine. So yeah, be sure that you get your vaccine if you want to go to Denver. Screen for staff and attendees daily with identification that they have been screening for contact tracing purposes required by the city of Denver. Any staff and attendees that are required to wear a mask in any public space at all times. This includes any space inside the hotel and outside in public areas of the hotel's property. Masks must be worn correctly over the nose and mouth. Masks must be worn under costumes and fursuits. Face shields are not an acceptable alternative. Masks that require a filter that do not have a filter are not allowed. Masks with ventilation holes or patterns that allows for complete airflow will not be allowed. Mask checks will be performed in all function spaces, and a mask will be provided if needed. And all spaces will be restricted to 50% capacity or maximum of 500 people, whichever is lower. And they are going to maintain social distancing 6 feet in all spaces. Tables allow for 10-person capacity, spaced 6 feet apart. Dancing is allowed in groups of 6, with groups 6 feet apart. Main stage front seats will be spaced 25 feet away from the stage to allow the performers to not wear a mask. Exhibit tables will be 6 feet apart. Food and beverage, all items will be served by an attendant or will be prepackaged. Areas will be designated for food and beverage consumption. Signature on a participate at your own risk form alongside agreeing to COVID regulations. there will be hand sanitizing stations available. Hourly cleaning and sanitizing will be performed in all spaces and in between events. Congregation in public spaces will be allowed in designated seating areas, and staff will be provided with mass hand sanitizer bottles and with a refill station, sanitizing equipment for sanitation between equipment use. Gloves will be provided if wanted. Temperature will be checked every day. Staff rooms will be limited capacity if requested. And all staff food and drinks provided from Corgi events will be pre-packaged. So now, Denver, there's still some relatively, there's still some restrictions in place. Like you got to have your vaccine. This is a no question, and they still want you to wear your mask even if you're vaccinated. So still some strict guidelines there, but they want to be absolutely sure. But it is Denver's guidelines, so they have to follow that. And Denver said that they're contractually obligated to follow those. So that's pretty much all we got here. Like I said, I will be attending Megaplex. I am going to go to Biggest Little FurCon, and the DJs have been determined, and I had noticed that I did not receive an email from them because I forgot to send in my demo. I thought I sent it in, but apparently it did not get through. I mean, for me, it's not that big a deal anyway. I already performed for them in 2019, and my chances of getting selected again would have been slim anyway. Because they always get a big amount of requests to DJ at the event, and they have a prioritization as far as who they're going to choose. And one of them is if you've performed at the con before, which I did the con before they got postponed from 2020. So I chances are I would have not have been selected anyway, but I'm still going to enjoy the event. Lots of stuff for me to do there. So, I mean, it's okay. I'll try again next year, but I will be at Megaplex. But until then, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys later.